What is going on, YouTube? My name is Lucas, and today, of course, we're going to be talking about AgEagle. They made a monster move, and I'm purely excited about it. You know, I obviously saw what it entails, and truthfully, I have a lot of speculation for what it is going to be used for. I'm very interested to see what your guys' thoughts are down in the comment section. But we're going to dive right into this video and see exactly what move AgEagle made today. So if you're interested in AgEagle, I suggest you stay tuned right after this. Before we dive into AgEagle and some breaking news, I ask that you guys smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, comment down below, and now it's time to get into the video. You guys know exactly how I feel about AgEagle. You know that I absolutely enjoy everything about this stock. You know that I believe that this stock has a massive future, and truthfully, we are just starting to crack into the surface of what is going to be the drone sector. And I believe that AgEagle is one of the forefront companies that is leading the way when we're talking about drones. I've said that from the very beginning when I started doing videos on them like 5 months ago. You know, I'm extremely excited. It's just unfortunate that obviously they are held to a non-disclosure agreement that is bound by a massive e-commerce, and really a lot of information can't be unveiled because of that. But then that also kind of creates a lot of intense anticipation and really kind of builds up this stock for a lot of reasons. You know, this one right here, even though it truly is not an amazing amount of information, it is at least some information. And what we're going to be talking about is obviously a direct offering, as I would call it. And obviously we're going to talk about it, dive into it a lot, but yes, this is a piece of information that we are getting from AgEagle. What it does is it creates cash. It creates obviously money for AgEagle to then in return use it towards whatever they are wanting to use it for. Obviously that is going to be part of kind of some speculation. I'm going to provide some of my thoughts on that and some of the things that I believe that they're actually going to be using the money for. So why am I wasting your time? Well, I'm not. We're diving right in. Let's go. AgEagle, an industry-leading provider of unmanned aerial vehicles and advanced aerial imagery, data collection, and analytics technologies, today announced it has entered into a securities purchase agreement with an institutional investment firm. Ironically, it is called The Investor, which is an existing AgEagle shareholder. Pursuant to the agreement, The Investor is purchasing pre-funded warrants. The pre-funded warrants to purchase up to 1,057,214 shares of common stock for gross proceeds of $6.375 million, which includes a subsequent payment of the exercise price and obviously, all that information. So the company expects the net proceeds from the offering to be approximately $6.315 million. Obviously, they're saying it's a little bit less because it says right here, deducting approximately $60,000 in offering expenses. The company expects to spend the balance of the proceeds for general working capital purposes. Now, we're going to dive in and exactly kind of figure out what that means. Exactly, working capital purposes. So that word, that term, that phrase, I guess you could say, really piqued my interest. Working capital. And, that seemed to be a very big emphasis on this. So I found an article posted by Investopedia on what, obviously working capital is. And there it says, understanding how working capital is used. Working capital, also called net working capital, reflects the amount of money a company has at its disposal to pay for immediate expenses. Now that right there immediately caught my eye. And the reason is because it says it reflects the amount of money a company has at its disposal to pay for immediate expenses. We'll get into that. We'll definitely get into that. And then it says, of course, The more working capital, the better for its company's financial situation. The amount of working capital a company needs to run smoothly can vary widely. And then it says some businesses require increased amounts of working capital to cope with the expenses that ebb and flow seasonally. The example that they use, which we're going to dive into, is mostly about retail businesses, but I'm going to translate that into kind of, AgEagle's current situation. So it says, for example, retail businesses often experience a spike in sales during certain times of the year, such as the holiday season. Retailers need an increased amount of working capital to pay for the additional inventory and staff that will needed for higher demand in the season. As a result, a retailer would likely see higher expenses in the off-season relative to revenues leading up to the holidays, and that completely makes sense for the retail environment. Conversely, when sales are down in the off-season, the company would still need to pay for normal staffing despite lower sales revenues. Working capital helps businesses smooth out the gaps in revenue during the times of the year when the sales are slow. So now we're going to translate that to the current situation with AgEagle. I do believe that this kind of has been a downtime somewhat for AgEagle, and I think it's going to lead into their quarterly earnings. I personally feel that they might be using some of this for that exact reason. When they are down and kind of in a low rut, they're going to use some of this money to pay for the functionality of the business. But I do think that behind the scenes, a lot is going on. Obviously, we understand that they have roughly $23 to $24 million cash on hand. And obviously, we understand that they did some equity stake into Valkyrie. And so I think that a lot of this is going to start to evolve with that. I think, and this is just my thinking, some of that money is going to be used to ramp up production and manufacturing. It's going to be to start to go out and hire some more people. And what they're going to have to start doing is manufacturing and assembling Valkyrie's boxes and getting those out to people. I mean, those receptacles are going to need to start going out. Valkyrie is going out and signing contracts, getting partnerships left and right. It's amazing to see. And then my second thought is that they are going to be acquiring some form of a company. And so it all kind of leads me back to that initial thing. It says working capital, also called net working capital, reflects the amount of money a company has at its disposal to pay for immediate expenses. If they do an acquisition, that is going to be an immediate expense. That is going to be money that is going to need to be spent immediately, and it's going to be expended out to acquire this company, whatever it may be. Now, my biggest thing moving forward is going to be a little bit of speculation. My thoughts are it's going to really kind of translate to what AgEagle is wanting to ramp up. What are they really needing to step up their game in? Is it going to be in acquiring another drone company? Maybe it's going to be a different form of a drone. Maybe it could be a copter. We don't know. The next thing that I would like to potentially see is, are they going to go out and acquire a company that's going to assist and really kind of escalate their ability to manufacture and assemble? Are they going to go out and acquire a company that is, very good at assembling and manufacturing, and it's going to take AgEagle to the next step? And the reason why I say that, well, we're going to find out. And then, obviously, they have that money on hand already, as in 23 to 24 million cash on hand. So why all of a sudden did they feel the need that they needed to go out and get 6.37? Obviously after the funds or the funds come out, it's a little bit less. But why did they feel the need they needed to do that? So we're going to break this down just a little bit more and kind of get a little bit more of an understanding and support why I feel everything I just said is going to happen. So we're actually going to be able to hear from an AgEagle representative, and it's a big-time representative. It's actually going to be Nicole Fernandez-McGovern, CFO. So let's hear what she had to say. So commenting on the financing is Nicole Fernandez-McGovern, CFO of AgEagle. She noted, "We are very pleased to be proceeding with this offering, which upon closing, which will be January 4th, upon closing, will further strengthen the company's liquidity position. The continued increase in AgEagle's cash position will allow us to pursue key corporate initiatives that are expected to strategically accelerate the company's growth." So that tells me right there, which is supporting of exactly what I said. They're going to be able to, have the corporate initiatives that are expected to strategically accelerate. that's where it goes hand in hand kind of with my thinking, is they might be acquiring or adding to ramping up production and assembly, or they might actually be going out and acquiring a drone company, whether it is in agriculture, whether it is in package delivery. Maybe it's a support to the drone. I mean, obviously they already did a partnership with the likes of a Valkyrie, so there's a lot of things that could be occurring with this cash. That's what's absolutely exciting for me, and that's really why this piqued my interest. Not only is it because I'm an investor in AgEagle, but that right there is a decent amount of money that they're going to be able to expend on something that they're wanting to do, especially since they already had the 23 to 24 on hand. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of go back and support everything I said even more with Michael Droz and what he said back in the quarterly earnings, the last quarterly earnings. So commenting on the record results, AgEagle CEO Michael Droz noted, "We are very pleased with the progress AgEagle continues to make across each of our focused business segments. Among many key achievements in the second half of 2020, we booked significant revenue from our e-commerce client." So that right there, big piece of information. I've hit on that multiple times. So they're very, very excited about that. "Our team has completed the relocation of the headquarters to the manufacturing facilities to Wichita, and we have completed the redesign of our brand logo and launched a new corporate website. All still very cool, still very exciting. We have also continued to expand our team with experienced new talent, and we are aggressively pursuing and winning new customers and business partners." So right there, that is another added bonus, a little bit of support to what I've been saying. You know, obviously he continues on, but I want to read that again. "We have also continued to expand our team," which could be a reason you use working capital. And then it says, "We are aggressively pursuing and winning new customers." Aggressively pursuing and winning new customers. So I think right there could be another reason they did this. It continues to kind of hit on including partners of Valkyrie and the Kansas Department of Transportation. The Kansas Department of Transportation obviously came with the Beyond program, and obviously Valkyrie is reached out to, created that partnership with AgEagle to then manufacture and assemble the receptacles, which is a 2-year contract. Very, very exciting. That pumps me up every time I see that, because I obviously interviewed the CEO of Valkyrie, Ryan Walsh. Very, very good guy. I can't wait to interview him again. But then it continues to say, "Looking ahead, we will remain focused on driving revenue growth through marketing, our contract manufacturing, and assembly services." Again, that right there, they're continuing to drive revenue growth by obviously projecting that. They want to be able to manufacture and assemble. Again, another thing that I feel this money could be used for. So then it continues to say, "Along with our innovative drone and agricultural solutions. Moreover, we will continue to evaluate potential strategic acquisitions." That was blatantly said in the last quarterly earnings. Again, that's coming from the CEO, Michael Droz. He strategically said that we look to further complement and strengthen our position as a recognized leader in the drone age, and he specifically said we will continue to evaluate potential strategic acquisitions. So that is another reason why I feel that they could be doing an acquisition that is really going to support exactly what the company is doing. This has me fired up. I know it has a ton of people fired up. Most of the time, when stocks do this type of thing, when they saturate the market with shares, it drives the price down, which is exactly what happened today. It drove the price down. The market as a whole was down. But that just created a big time buying opportunity for the ones that believe in this company. And truly, I think that we're going to start to see a rebound, and we're going to start to see it coming back up in the right direction. This just happened to be something that they also chose to do on the first trading day of 2021. I think that could be a smart decision, because they will be moving into quarter one, into quarter two, and they're going to be doing some amazing things. And especially if they're going to be announcing an acquisition or whatever they tend to do and use this money for. I'm excited. And now we have come to my favorite part of any video, and that is chart breaking down time. So let's swing on over here and, of course, check out UAVS AgEagle. So today it opened at $6 even. It got as high as $6.04. Its low was $5.40. Volume 4.324 million. Current market cap is $317.2 million. 52-week high is $8.72. 52-week low is 19 cents. Average volume is 4.997 million. Today it closed at $5.47. That was down 8.83%. But in the after hours, we saw it climb just a little bit, closing out the day at $5.60, up 2.38%, like I said, to wrap out the day. Now we're looking at a 3-month chart, and guys, let me tell you, I've been in AgEagle for a decent amount of time, and we were stuck in the $2 to $3 range for a long period of time. It'd fluctuate just a little bit above 3 at times, but then it would immediately come back down into the 2s. And it was like that for a long period of time until a lot of information, I feel personally, affected this stock. DJI being put on the entity list, obviously the FAA coming out and allowing, drones to be flown at night, and obviously AgEagle being added to the Beyond program, and all kinds of things just really kind of started happening. We always have to remember that the major e-commerce is just sitting in the back pocket, ready to make more purchases. And so this thing decided to finally erupt and hit its 52-week high of $8.72. Since then, we've kind of come back to reality. I expected that. When you have a monster run the way we did, it's going to settle in. It's going to come back. I do personally feel that if we didn't do what we did today with a direct offering, I feel like we would hover between the $5.30 range to roughly almost $7. I think that is the new window for the $2 to $3 range that we were stuck in for a long period of time. I like to see that. I like to see a little bit of consolidation. I would like to see us actually kind of level off for a little bit and then ramp up again. I think that this company obviously has a ton going for it in 2021. I think a lot of things are going to start to come out with the FAA. I think NASA is going to unveil, obviously, their big piece when it comes to flying drones. And then obviously they're still working continuously on BVLOS with the Beyond program, and that is going to be an ever-ending thing for a while. And obviously that's with the Kansas Department of Transportation, and that is also with the United States Department of Transportation. I'm super pumped about this company, and that's exactly why I put them as my number one on my 3 drone stocks for 2021. I think AgEagle has a ton going for them, and they're just bound by this massive non-disclosure agreement. It would just be exciting to know exactly everything that is going on inside that facility and really kind of see the excitement that they have as employees for this company. That as investors, I know we're excited, and I'm sure they're excited as workers and employees of AgEagle. This is a company that's going to have a bright future, and we're just, we're all along for the ride. I really appreciate you swinging by and checking out this video on one of my favorite stocks, probably my favorite stocks, AgEagle. And I really am. I'm excited for this. Even though this direct offering kind of lowered the stock price, I do think it's going to do massive things for this company. I do want to remind you guys I'm not a financial advisor, and anything I say in this video is for pure entertainment purposes only, and that's exactly what I'm here to do, is entertain. And you guys know how I do it. If you like this video, smash that like button. It helps out tremendously. And if you enjoy the content, because I'm going to keep the content flowing, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And as always, have a good day.